In the globalization era that is filled by challenges and competition are super tight, everyone is demanded not to only have high-level education, but also required to have a special capability, commonly called skill. One of the skills that's most needed today is English language, in which English has been determined to be one of an international language as verbal language to communicate. Yes, English is no longer an unusual thing, but English has become the norm, especially in the era of globalization. Able to speak well and fluently in English no longer be an added value, but it has become demands or needs for every people in today's era of globalization. This is because English language influence in almost all aspects in life. Also, English is one of the important language in this world. It is an international language which is spoken in many countries both as native and as second or foreign language. It is taught in the school in almost every country in the earth. But nowadays, people not only learning English in the school but also everywhere. People can learn English using arts like music or film, and also they can go to courses that almost every country already have, or they can learn English by talking to the others. It can be face to face or using a media we call it social media. When we talk about social media has a lot of variation, such as chatting, Line, WhatsApp, and iMessages, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many more. But we are choosing Instagram to talk about for this paper, and we are going to discuss about learning English using Instagram.
So now I'm going to present you chapter 2 about literature review. The first one is English in general. The term English is derived from English, the speech of Angles, one of the three Germanic tribes that invaded England during the 5th century. The English language is the primary language of several countries, including Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and many of its former colonies, and the United States, and the second language in a number of multilingual countries, including India, Singapore, and the Philippines. So, according to Boyd and Allison on 2008, social media has been defined as a website which allows profile creation and visibility of relationship between users. Social media has a lot of variation, and this is a different type of social media apps or sites. The first one is text app. The next one is microblogging app, and the last one is photo and video sharing apps and sites. But in this case, we are going to talk about photo and video sharing apps and sites, which is Instagram. So, I'm going to explain to you about Instagram in general. According to definition.com, Instagram is the brand name of a photo sharing and social media software application. Instagram launched in 2010. Instagram was created in October 2009 by Kevin Systrom. Instagram allows users to edit and upload photos and short videos through a mobile app. Users can add a caption of each of their posts and use hashtags and location-based geotags to index these posts and make them searchable by other users within the app. As with other special social networking platforms, Instagram users can like, comment on the bookmark others' posts, as well as send private messages to their friends via the Instagram direct feature.
Now I'm going to present chapter 3 about perception. For this paper we will analyze and get answers from respondents in two different ways. The first way will use direct interviews, and the second way by distributing questionnaire. And we already interview 7 people. The first respondent is Nares Adinda from Raffles Jakarta, majoring interior design.
Hello, my name is Nares Adinda and I'm from Raffles Jakarta and my major is interior design and I'm 18 years old.
So, Nares, do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I have 3 accounts and each of them has a different purpose of using.
What language are you using on your Instagram?
English.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Yes, I spend around like 5 hours per day to spend my time on Instagram.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Yes?
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
No.
In your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
The advantage of using Instagram to learn English is actually it's a fun way to communicate with your friends with using English. And for example, if you're seeing someone else's post and they put an English caption on it, you can actually press the translator button below it and it will automatically translate into a bahasa for you. The disadvantages of using Instagram to learn English is actually there are some bad words on it, so you have to filter it and use it wisely gitu.
The second is Nabila Ayu Imani. She is from University of Indonesia, majoring medical science.
Hi, my name is Nabila Imani and I am from University of Indonesia from Faculty of Medicine.
First question, do you have Instagram and what language are you using on your Instagram?
Yes, I do have Instagram and I'm using English.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Yes, I do actively using Instagram. I'm using Instagram like an hour or more per day, maybe.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Yes, it's influencing my English.
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
I do. Instagram actually improved my English because I learn new vocab through Instagram. Yes, yes.
In your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
Well, I think in daily use, Instagram helps me learn new vocabularies. But the disadvantage is I think there's too much slang words in Instagram, and sometimes I just do not know which one is the formal one, or so yeah. There's too much slang on the Instagram, so I do not know which one to use in proper way.
Okay, thank you.
Hope it helps.
The third is Saskia Bawazir. She is from Lasal, Jakarta, majoring interior design.
Hi, I'm Saskia. I'm 18 years old and I'm currently studying interior design in LaSalle College, Jakarta.
Okay, so Saskia, do you have Instagram?
Yes, I have an Instagram.
What language are you using on your Instagram?
I'm using both language, Indonesian and English.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Yes, I am.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Yes, of course.
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
Yes.
In your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
I think the advantage is you can find people from across the world and you can make a conversation with them. And there's a lot of Instagram accounts that provide tips and tricks for English. And yeah, I think the disadvantage is you can find a lot of curse words without age restriction, and it's not safely for kids to see that. So yeah.
Thank you for your time.
The fourth is Marsha Iklima Zahra. She is from Institut Teknologi 10 November, majoring urban, regional, and planning.
Hi, my name is Marsha Klimazara. I'm from Institut Teknologi 10 November. I'm majoring in urban, regional, and planning.
First question, do you have Instagram and what language are you using on your Instagram?
Yes, I have Instagram. I already have it from 2012 and I use English.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Yes, all the time. I use it like around 3 hours per day.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Yes, I think.
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
Yes, because it really helps me to learn about grammar and vocab for daily.
In your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
So the advantage of me learning English from Instagram is I can be more like flexible, and I can learn English from like videos or like reading some quotes or poetry, something like that. And the disadvantage is like I learn a lot about more like English slang more than proper English.
Okay, thank you for your time.
The fifth is Natasha Chandra. She is from Gajah Mada University, majoring medical science.
Hello, my name is Natasha Chandra. I'm from Gajah Mada University and I'm in Faculty of Medicine.
Do you have Instagram, and what language are you using on your Instagram?
Yes, I do have Instagram and I have it for about 2 years. 2 years? No, 7 years. And I use Bahasa.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Yes, I do have active on Instagram for about 1 hour maybe per day.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Not for me.
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
No, because people doesn't see him using English in my page.
In your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage learning English through Instagram?
The advantage one is maybe more fun than learning by books, and the disadvantage one is usually people doesn't use the proper language or grammar, and that makes me confused. That's it.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The sixth is Revansa Imam Fajri. He is from Yunus University, majoring civil engineering.
Hello, good evening. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Revanza. I'm from Binus University, the major of civil engineering.
And now I'm going to ask you some question. Do you have Instagram? What language are you using on your Instagram?
Yes, I do have Instagram and I'm using Bahasa for my Instagram.
Are you actively using Instagram?
Daily I use Instagram for hours a day.
Do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
Yes, of course. Because when I surf the Instagram, I can easily translate them from Bahasa to English.
Do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
Yes. When I read the caption in Bahasa that I don't really know the English version, I can easily translate them. So I know the English.
The last question is, in your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
The advantage is when I saw the caption that in Bahasa, I can easily change them to English. But the disadvantage, when I saw the post caption that in English, I can translate them to Bahasa.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yes, you're welcome.
The last is Stephen Dejan. He is from University of Gunadarma, majoring industrial engineering.
I'm Stephen Dejan. I'm from University of Gunadarma. I learn industrial engineering in University of Gunadarma.
And now can I ask you some question?
Of course.
The first question is, do you have Instagram, and what language are you using on your Instagram?
I have Instagram and I am using Indonesian language in my Instagram.
The second is, are you actively using Instagram?
Yeah, almost every day I use Instagram.
Oh. And the third, do you think Instagram is influential in learning English?
I think it's maybe yes, because sometimes there is a video with English language.
So you can learn from that, yeah?
Yeah.
Therefore, do you have the experience of learning English through Instagram?
No, I don't think so.
Or you don't have an experience?
No, no.
And the last question is, in your opinion, what are the advantage and disadvantage of learning English through Instagram?
The advantage is Instagram is very easy to use and very useful. The disadvantage is sometimes there are video that bad for child. It makes, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to explain about questionnaires that we made and we share. Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answered, there were 39 respondents or 97.5% who answered yes. And that is means they have Instagram. And just one respondent who answered no. That means he or she don't have an Instagram. And the second question is, what language are you using on your Instagram? Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answer this question, there were 34 respondents or 85% who answer using English for their Instagram, and just 6 respondents or 15% who answer using Indonesia or bahasa. That is means most of the respondents use English for their Instagram. The third question is, are you actively using Instagram? And based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answered, there were 38 respondents or 95% who answered yes, which means they actively using Instagram. And just 2 respondents or 5% who answered no, they tend to not often using Instagram. The fourth question is, do you often make a caption in English? Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answered, there were 21 respondents or 52.5% who answer yes, which means they often make a caption in English. And just 19 respondents or 47.5% who answer no, which means they didn't often make a caption in English. The fifth question is, are you following international account? Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answered, there were 33 respondents or 82.5% who answer yes, which means they follow a lot of international account. And 7 respondents or 17.5%, which means they didn't follow a lot of international account. The sixth question is, do you often translate words from English to bahasa? Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answered, there were 18 respondents or 45 who answered yes, which means they didn't often translate words from English to bahasa. And 22 respondents or 55% who answer no, which means they often translate words from English to bahasa. Do you think Instagram is effect on your English? Based on the graph above, we can conclude that from 40 respondents who answer, there were 34 respondents or 85% who answer yes, think that Instagram affects for their English, and 6 respondents or 15% who answer no, think that Instagram didn't affect for their English. And the 8th question is, how Instagram affects your English learning? And from 40 respondents, 37.5% by looking photos, 30% by watching Instagram videos in English, and 32.5% by reading a caption in English. Number 9, is learning English using Instagram more effective? Based on the graph above, we can conclude from 40 respondents who answered this question, there were 67.5% who answer yes and 32.5% answer no. The last question is, does using Instagram make your English better? From 40 respondents, 75% answer yes and 25% answer no.
So this chapter 4, I'm going to explain how to study English by Instagram. From what we have done, starting from interview, questionnaire, research, and observation of Instagram users, we now can conclude how to study English by Instagram. First thing is, a lot of Instagram users using English for their Instagram page. Instagram is an international social media, so users can follow another users from all around the world. That is why English is important in Instagram, because as we know, English is an international language. So there's 3 ways how to study English by Instagram. First thing is by looking at photos. Instagram is a social media where the users can share their photos and videos. Second is reading a caption in English. Instagram has a feature where you can make a caption for your photos or videos that you post. You just need to press the translate button below and it translates the caption from English to your language, or it can translate from Bahasa to English. And the third is watching Instagram videos in English. As time goes by, the feature that available on Instagram have also grown, and Instagram now has a feature called IGTV. We can watch videos all around the world with 5 until 15 minutes long. But we often watch a video using English. It also can make us improve our English, because in IGTV they don't have a subtitle. So we have to figure it out what they means.
I'm going to present chapter 5 about advantage and disadvantage. So there are a lot of methods to learn English. Usually people learn from books, internet, school, and etc. As we know, learning will always be boring. But what if we are learning English from social media or Instagram? These are the advantages of learning English using Instagram. First, this is least boring, because learning English using Instagram is more fun than learning by books, because it can be done while we are doing what we like, such as watching videos or reading some poetries or quotes, something like that. The second is more flexible. There is no schedule to learn when you learn by Instagram. You can learn English, or you can get a new vocabulary without you knowing. And then the third is easy to use. As we have discussed, that Instagram have features to translate caption from English to your language, or from your language to English. It is so easy because you just need to press the translate button. So everything has advantage and disadvantage. After we talk about the advantage of learning English using Instagram, now we are going to talk about the disadvantage. These are the disadvantage of learning English using Instagram. First, it is hard to find the formal form of English. Instagram is a non-formal form of social media. People can write everything they want and not thinking about the right grammar. And the second, a lot of English slang and a word abbreviation. A lot of people think that English slang is cool and they use it for their caption, but for the people who don't know the right word, will be difficult to tell the difference for the right word and the English use slang. The third, there are a lot of curse words. It is an open media for people to express their feeling, and sometimes there are people who use a curse word to express it, and it is not good for children who use it as for their media to learn English.
Now I'm going to present chapter 6 about conclusion. English is one of the common skills that everybody demanded. Not only have a high level of education, but also required to have a special capability that most needed today. English become an important language in this world because it is an international language that people use in many countries, both as a native and a second or foreign language. People can learn English not just from books, but also from social media. But we are choosing Instagram to talk about. Instagram lets users snap, edit, and share photos and 15-second videos either publicly or within a private network or of followers. As with other social networking platforms, Instagram users can like, comment, and bookmark other posts, as well as send private message to their friends via the Instagram direct message. Based on what we asked through interview and questionnaire, a lot of people have Instagram and use English as their language. They think Instagram helped them to learn English. Instagram has a fun way to learn English and a lot of features to help people learning English. But Instagram also has a disadvantage to people who use it to learn English. It is because Instagram is an open platform that not have boundaries for people to express their opinion or feeling by writing bad words or curse words. So we can conclude that English is an important language that can be learned from Instagram, but people have to be filtered what they say and use it wisely.